Welcome everybody to Boxing Resume, where I rate the level of competition of these great champions. This is Erislandy Lara's resume. The first opponent worthy of talking about is Carlos Molina, who at the time wasn't much. His record didn't say much about him, but he did become a future world champion. This fight did result into a draw. It was kind of an ugly fight, but it was the first notable opponent of Erislandy's career. Next came Paul Williams, who was expected to win this fight easily, but Paul Williams struggled in this fight, and a lot of people, including myself, felt that Paul Williams deserved to lose and that Lara should have been the victor, but he got robbed, unfortunately. So Paul Williams ended up getting his hand raised. After that came two decent victories, one over Ronald Hearns and one over Freddie Hernandez. Then came the Veins fight, which ended up being another draw. He ended up getting a stoppage victory over Alfredo Angulo, and this was a tough fight. So, he definitely earned this victory. Then came one of the biggest victories of his career against Austin Trout, a future world champion, and he knocked him down, won this fight very convincingly. He went on to test Saul Canelo Alvarez, which was a big test for him. A lot of people felt that this was a controversial loss because even myself, I thought he outpointed Canelo, but this fight definitely gained him a lot of fans and a lot of respect as well. He then beat Ishe Smith, the former world champion and one of Floyd Mayweather's guys. It was a decent look. He won another 5 fights, including victories over Veins in a rematch. He beat Yuri Foreman, stopped him in the fourth round, until he bumped into Jared Hurd, which was another fight that was very close. You know, Lara almost got knocked out in that fight towards the end, but I still felt like he got the short end of the stick with another controversial loss. Then faces future world champion Brian Carlos Castano. Now, this fight was a draw in my opinion, but he caught a guy who was 15-0, unexperienced, but ended up giving him a very tough fight. After that, he did get into a good winning streak that saw him beat Ramon Alvarez, which is Canelo's brother, Gary O'Sullivan. This is decent wins, and he scored some pretty good knockouts. But the icing on the cake is Danny Garcia, which was his last fight. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the future for Erislandy Lara. He's well in his 40s now. But till this day, no one has convincingly beaten Lara. So I think that rates him very high. The level of competition is very good. He's fought Canelo, who's one of the pound-for-pound best to this day. And in his last 6 fights, he's looked incredible. He doesn't look like a guy who's in his 40s. So overall, I give him a great rating and performance even higher. I'll say that this is A minus type of resume.